my Potter's Journal for the second week of November 2022. Today I have the lost kiln opening from back in October. I'm not able to get in the studio much now. I'm just short of making my 1,000 pots this year by about 25. I don't know how I'll do it because I am busy making Christmas wreaths on these frames here. Crates and crates and crates and crates of greens. But since this is an old kiln opening, I don't want to... Okay, something new. Look at this. Okay, glaze buckets. Most of my glazes, I use 5-gallon buckets. They have lids. But I like to try and do a lot of small batch experiments without a lid. They dry out. Without a lid, they dry out. And not only that, but look at this. Pine needles. They get pine needles in them, and I've got to sieve the pine needles out. Well, not only do I have these small buckets, but they have lids. So this is an important potter's tool. Okay, let's take a look back. Yeah, Potter's Journal. It is showtime. Okay, yes, it is a show here, seeing what's in the kiln today. But I've got shows coming up too, so we're doing a lot of firing. You already know this greeny glaze with a slip underneath is my favorite. Oh, and this, I don't know what happened. Standard ceramics, snow on brick. There it is on the bottom of this shot, and here it is on a reclaimed clay. But I have no idea. It was some clay I inherited, so what it is, I don't know. But look at the difference. Two different glazes. I mean, okay, one glaze, two, it looks like two different glazes, though. And this snow on brick, I am so glad. I was having trouble with it a few years back. But it is coming out nice and clean, and I needed to do that because these are hopefully going to a coffee brew house, so I need them to stack up one on top the other for a small order that I hope will be a bigger one. And you know, a half shelf was too big to go in here, so if you break a shelf, hold on to it. They've still got use and life in them. And okay, so here is that snow on brick again. This time it's on a specked clay, and it is a bit darker. But, okay, different clay, different thickness of the pot. How long did I hold it in the glaze? Who knows? Okay, no matter what, I can't get this stuff to do the same thing from one kiln to the next, but isn't that the fun and the surprise of it? And when you dip it in the glaze and hold it that way and it settles down from one side, okay, it's an electric kiln, you don't get those flashes you might get in a wood or a reduction kiln, but you do get something from it. So they're not entirely dead pots. Some of those, oh, look how this one ran. Okay, and it was layered from there to there with the sea mist on the inside and the snow on brick in the bottom, and then layer, so a nice run on there. Okay, I can have fun here even with those little shots. And again, I did, you know, however many of these made, I did most of them with the sea mist, but I always do a couple. In another glaze, it's a shame about that first one that came out just kind of ugly brown. And we can see the foreheads of those guys. But first, okay, I know everybody wants to see me do more of the slip brushwork. And I should try the more traditional slip trail thing. It's showing through a white glaze here of my own on top of the hazelnut clay body. And this should be an Albany slip on the inside and down to there. But this is 2021, so we've got that aqua sea mist on the inside. And here's how it goes. So they're mostly, okay, color everybody likes to buy. And I've adjusted my teeth. They used to be Okay, it's a white clay now that I roll out slabs and then carve the teeth out of. And these guys, okay, for the show, they are all a little bit different. I don't want to say they're streamlined because they do have kind of the same face and expression. They are twins. It's more like each run is different. Each run made on a different day. So, okay, there we go. And then these three will disappear, and this is the one that'll be around for the longest and will keep me company. I looked them over. This one's the one that spoke the loudest to me, so people don't go crazy about the glaze I like the best. But I put, I put this glaze on the one that will give me the best company sitting around the studio. And I've got these in some bigger sizes coming up too. And it is showtime. We've got to do this fast. I've got to get this stuff out of here. We will just lift out the whole shelf. Okay, so we've got the pies and we've got the little stuff filling in between. Oh, wow. What is that? Okay, look at my green glaze. What is this? I guess I decided to, that's the specked clay, not my normal hazelnut clay. And this is with the black slip. I think I just sold one like this, so I decided we'd do one that isn't with the bluey green. And okay, and this is that reclaimed clay again with the snow on brick. It may be both a different clay and a little bit thin. I like them glazes not too thick, but also at the point where they'll allow what's underneath to show through, which means if they're just slightly too thin, they're too thin, and slightly too thick, they're too thick. It's at that point, okay, I'm going to say, like my weight, if I could lose 5 pounds, I might be thin, or, I mean, at least not fat, and if I gain 5 pounds, I'd be way too much. That just in-between stage, where a little bit either way can take you either way. And I don't know what we're going to find down here. Oh, this, I believe, I haven't used. My Albany slip for a while, glaze, and it can come out very different from firing to firing, and look like, I've had it coming out looking like 3 different glazes. And it is on the clay body I always use, so okay, you can explain that to me if you want. Now this one is the okay, snow on brick, but I'm gonna have to thicken it up a bit, I think. And I wanted to get some variety here, so here's one with my bluey glaze, and since it's one that can never be recreated, I just dumped a number of different glazes together and added some oxide to it without measuring. It can't be reproduced, so I'm thinning it down now as I get low, whereas I shouldn't be doing that. I should keep it the right thickness because I don't like it too thin. But yeah, here we go. These are the guys that smile to everybody and say buy me with the sea mist. But I do get bored, so I sometimes do them front and back, and when I dip it in the glaze, I hold my fingers there and dip it in the glaze, so I will get a couple of ears. But it didn't look like that one worked so well. But when it does work, hopefully this one will show us. Yes, when it does work, okay, there we go. We got a couple of ears. So for the show, I will have number of different styles and varieties all over. However, that's the one. And these were for my kick wheel. Okay, and let's see. Oh, wow. Now, how come it turned out like that there, and it turned out so dark on some of the other ones? Okay, all I can say is stop back, and we will see if we can get one glaze to baffle us and look like 3 different glazes in the next kiln load. And there it is, my kick wheel is buried under greens. These guys are just looking on, questioning. This is the work for now, but up here put aside. Okay, some projects that I will get back to in the new year. Now I will do a first stop back by saying stop back, and I will get a report on how I did at all the fall shows. That was one of I don't know how many kiln openings to get ready for it. And okay, what about you? I can never wait till Thanksgiving for a Thanksgiving meal. I usually do it a week or 2 early, a trial run. Just a trial run, sprouts and a sage squash, potatoes, stuffing on the side, and a stuffed turkey meatloaf. Just a trial run. The secret is lots of herbs in turkey's meatloaf. And we'll have to get around to the cranberry relish tomorrow. Second, stop back next week and see if we do pumpkin pie, apple pie, or my favorite, okay, pecan, or my favorite cranberry apple.